Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Let's discuss this, man. The shooting that happened at Drake house is between these two light-skinned ninjas camps, EXO and OVO Hope. But check this clip out, man.
Officially be at war. So by now I'm sure everyone has heard that Drake's mansion in Toronto got shot up last night, injuring one of his security guards who's currently in surgery right now. And while a lot of people are pointing fingers at Kendrick Lamar's camp, last week on April 29th, the exact same thing happened outside of EXO Cash's crib in LA, sending one of his security guards to the hospital as well. For those of you who don't know, Cash is one of the main managers on EXO Records, which means he manages The Weeknd, Nav, and a bunch of others. He was also one of the 50 people mentioned in Drake's diss push-ups where Drake alleged that he be tricking on guys, and using The Weeknd's money to do it at that. Listen, I'm here for the jokes, but a lot of y'all gotta know when to read the room. This shit is officially getting serious, and we got people on the internet blaming Kendrick for some shit he had nothing to do with, or saying Drake shot up his own shit. I promise you at this point, it's way deeper than rap. And I think it's time that we as fans take ourselves out of rich people business. Me, I'm personally over the beef. If you say Kendrick won, that's cool. If you say Drake won, I'm not mad at it. I'm just happy we got some S-class rapping out of it. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments.
I am genuinely shocked how people don't know that The Weeknd and Drake have been beefing since like 2016, and that The Weeknd takes shots at Drake all the time in his music. Like, where have y'all been? Do y'all live in Bikini Bottom? But let me explain the beef, okay? So let me give you a rundown. Here's the backstory. Drake started the beef, okay? So basically, for all the people like, oh, Drake must be that guy because he's got everybody beefing with him. Well, Drake started the beef with The Weeknd, so The Weeknd must be that guy. So anyways, Drake and The Weeknd, yes, we're cool. The Weeknd had been making music. He had Trilogy. And Drake being from Canada and in Toronto, the same area, found The Weeknd. And The Weeknd basically was convinced to give Drake a lot of his songs for his next album. So he gave Drake a bunch of his music, right? That he was going to use on the next extension in the trilogy. So the trilogy is a breakdown of 3 of his mixtapes, and at the time he was releasing them one at a time or whatever. So he was going to use some of that music for one of the mixtapes, and Drake convinced him to give him that music. Obviously, because he was Drake and he was rapping with Wayne at the time, he had enough leverage to, prey on The Weeknd. So The Weeknd gave him the songs for Take Care. A lot of people don't know that The Weeknd wrote 6 songs and gave 6 of his songs to Drake for Take Care, and he used I think 5 of them. He also helped produce Take Care. So that flowing into the next song, that came from The Weeknd. So when the beat goes into the next song, the next beat on the song, that's The Weeknd. So anyways, he gives Drake the songs for Take Care. They do some collabs together. They're cool, right? There's no issues until The Weeknd doesn't want to sign with Drake's label. Now, The Weeknd said he didn't want to sign with Drake's label because most people who sign with Drake, they don't really blow, because Drake is the biggest artist on his, his label, and it's hard for people to blow. So when he started his own label, the OVO, The Weeknd did not want to sign with it, just like Bryson Tiller didn't, okay? So, and Bryson Tiller had the same reason. He didn't want to sign with him because he didn't want to, get in that, you're, Drake's artist, but you're stuck under Drake, and people don't really listen to you more than they listen to Drake. He wanted his own, path. So, The Weeknd, same thing, doesn't want to sign with Drake. Drake takes that, I guess, personally, and he starts taking shots at The Weeknd. He also tries to act like he is the reason that The Weeknd is where he is and that he is so big because of him. Yet The Weeknd is I'm not going to say it is, but a lot of people will argue The Weeknd is the reason Drake is where he's at, because Take Care was his biggest album, because it got to audiences that his other music was not getting to. And that was partially because of The Weeknd. So I'm sure The Weeknd felt well, no, I'm the reason you're Drake. You know what I mean? You would be Drake, but you wouldn't be Drake. So they started this little beef. And since then, The Weeknd has took many shots at Drake. I can pull up multiple songs where he took shots at Drake. So I don't know why y'all are acting so surprised. This beef hasn't been around since 2016. actually remember them ever making up. I don't remember them ever like doing, they did a whole tour together. And yet since then they haven't really done, they haven't done a song together again. They haven't really been seen together. So I don't know if people thought they made up, but listen, The Weeknd is one of my favorite artists, okay? I don't even like his new music, but I still follow him on Instagram. One of the only celebrities I follow still. And I can tell you, I have not seen them make up. So it's not surprising. I don't know about the ASAP Rocky beef. Maybe it has to do with him being with Rihanna and Drake keeps taking shots at Rihanna. But I know for a fact that The Weeknd's beef started with Drake. And he was just being petty because The Weeknd didn't want to sign with his label. Now, did The Weeknd like keep taking shots at Drake? And I haven't listened to Drake's music. He's probably took shots at him, but like I don't listen to it anymore. But The Weeknd, I can tell you, yes, he consistently has took shots at Drake since 2016 in his music. I don't know why that's surprising to y'all. Like I said, it's not surprising to me. I was surprised that people were surprised by it. Like, are you serious? That do y'all just not listen to The Weeknd and then react when he's on Future's album? Because Future was on The Weeknd's album too, where he took shots at Drake. Starboy? But like I said, maybe y'all don't listen to the music. You just react.
Scott Reif live in Air 7 HD with details. Scott.
Yeah, Rachel, this is the home in question. Now, you see the emblem there on the basketball court. That's a record label of The Weeknd. And then you see the guard shack. You see a chair.
Proof, evidence, XO. Come on, man. Kendrick had nothing to do with that. TMZ. Stop trying to sway the narrative. Academics. Well, we already know what he gonna do.
That's toppled over, and then you see what appear to be evidence markers. Those could be shell casings. We don't know for sure. We can't tell with our camera, but we can tell they're investigating in the back of the home. LAPD officers are here. About 2:45 this morning, there was a shooting. The security guard was shot, transported. Condition is unknown, so it's unclear right now if the security guard was shot during some sort of attempted robbery or burglary into the home, or if that security guard had been targeted here. We'll open up a little bit out of this shot and show you. It's reportedly a $12 million home that is believed to be owned by a music industry executive with ties to The Weeknd. So right now, LAPD officers are investigating. Again, we have no information yet on the security guard except for he was shot and transported to the hospital.
That breaking news in Encino, that's where a security guard who was working at a $12 million home has been shot. This shooting happened just a few hours ago outside of the home of Jaden Lane near Encino Avenue.
I want to say they called the guy Cash XO. If I'm right or wrong, let me know.
LAPD tells us the guard was shot while on duty inside of a guard
Security guard shot. Make the correlation, man.
shack. He reportedly heard gunshots and then realized he was shot. We don't know his condition right now, but police say 3 men ran off and no one inside the home was hurt. Now, this is a live look from outside the home here. You can see the LAPD is still on the scene there. Records show the home is owned by singer The Weeknd's co-manager.
Now, this is the shooting, the drive-by shooting at Drake House. But I want to show you something real quick. You see the police tape is right here. It's right there. The road is right there. Then you got this long ass walkway, trees, and it was a drive-by shooting. Look at it. It don't make no sense to me, but hey, whatever. Once again, the media will try to sway their narrative for Drake. Is Drake losing a lot of money behind this? The Kendrick beef, the shooting at his home? Is he getting out of control, spiraling out of control? It's crazy when ego get involved. Now you got a shooting at your house. That shit crazy, man. I wonder did the. So let me say this before we move on. I hope the security guard makes it. You should not lose your life over some bullshit. That's just my opinion. More to come to this story. I'm pretty sure more to come to the story. And according to reports, the weekend is behind it. And this crew, a bunch of not a bunch, but a bunch of ninjas running around Toronto acting an ass. A bunch of ninjas running around in Toronto acting. Yeah, let me know what you think. I'm out of here.